You want it?
Sure.
February 25th, 4 o'clock p.m. at Bellevue Community College. That's a Saturday afternoon playing the Lakeside Girls. Look for us up in for that one, Ron. I hope we're in the same position that the GP boys were in, behind the entire game, but they're not able to pull it out in the end.
School in Mill Creek, Washington. We've got an absolute doozy tonight. Our pregame show, a little special treat. David Kruger from the Everett Herald. David, you are a prolific prognosticator.
I don't know about saying that.
Tonight we have Jackson welcoming Edmonds Woodway, the Warriors. These two throw out the pub, throw out the players, throw it all out. Last year, it's a dogfight every year, David.
Yeah, I mean, Edmonds Woodway gave Jackson like a handle twice last season, winning by a combined score of 7 points in both games. Jackson did. For whatever reason, they seem to have the Timberwolves kind of figured out. I mean, they blew through most of their league schedule last year, but Edmonds Woodway kept coming in and giving them a little bit of hassles.
What do you see tonight? Well, we'll get to tonight in a second. We're just minutes away here from the start again. Scott Oshman along, stspn.com. Jackson High School, Jackson Edmonds Woodway. Talk just a second about the Wesco, let's first 3A. We cover Glacier Peak, Snohomish as well. Where do you see that league now a couple weeks into the season?
They're very good. I don't know if anyone's lost a game in that league yet. As of Wednesday at hand, I was surprised. I thought with everyone that the South had lost, I mean, Glacier Peak lost, I think, almost everybody on their team from last season. And I was surprised. I thought they all might struggle. But Meadowdale's out to a fast start. Glacier Peak's out to a fast start. Terrace is undefeated. I mean, that 3A South looks tough again, like it is every year. Those teams have to battle each other out, and someone's got to lose, I guess, eventually at some point in time.
Talking to head coach Steve Call earlier, Meadowdale, he's like, yeah, they have improved quite a bit.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. I'll be the first one to admit that caught me off guard. We did our coaches poll, and I think Meadowdale was projected to finish 4th or 5th by the coaches. That wasn't us. That was the coaches. And even they seemed a little bit surprised. But it's fun. It's always fun when a team kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, like, everyone knows Jackson's good. Everyone knows not only Terrace is good. It's fun when a Meadowdale kind of comes up and surprises some people. And it's fun for us to cover and find some stories about them, too, which we'll have in the Herald next week.
Of course you will. Absolutely. And now Jackson, the preeminent favorite here for Wesco 4A. Who do you see other than talk about Edmonds Woodway, a thorn in their side? Anybody else in that 4A league you think worthy of challenge this year?
I don't know. I mean, Jackson is just so loaded, and I mean, they got everybody from last year pretty much back. They went to the state championship game, saw what that was like, got that Tacoma Dome experience, and I mean, the younger guys got it. So, I mean, they'll get challenged, I'm sure, over the course, and they'll have a few close games this season, but I don't know if I see Jackson losing at all this year.
Again, Scott Oshman here, stspn.com, the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Joining me pregame here, the Everett Herald's only David Kruger. David, let's get down just so it's legit and it's recorded and documented. There was some Twitter action happening earlier this evening, you and Swaney, regarding the line on tonight. I kind of pressed you, said, you got to give me a score.
Yeah, I was thinking about the whole drive. Once I saw that, I thought I got the drive here to Mill Creek to figure this out. I think I'm going to go 65-58 Jackson.
65-58 Jackson. Talking to, again, Steve called Edmonds Woodway. He said, man, we had a 3-ball time running out to tie it last year here. Didn't go in. Then at their house, had the ball, a lead with 3-4 minutes left. Couldn't close it. So 65-58.
It's always close. I think that there's free throws at the end. I think it'll be 60-58, 62-58, and then some free throws will make it that 65. Give them that. Inflate the score a little bit at the end.
You're seeing the starting lineups again. Just a reminder, we're here. Opening night tonight. Kind of an interesting schedule for Wesco this year. Some teams already played 3 games. Some played won, and that is also Jackson hasn't played a game. This is their home opener and the season opener.
Right, they are going to the very prestigious Max Preps Classic in Palm Springs here on the 26th of December, and they're guaranteed 4 games. You only get 5 non-conference games in the season. They're playing at the Martin Luther King Invited South Pacific again this year. So that, along with their 4 games, Max Preps takes up their entire non-conference schedule. So their first league game is their first game of the season.
And while we have you just for a second, we'll pause and we'll come back with Everett Herald's David Kruger right after the national anthem. Right after this. Outstanding rendition there, the national anthem. Again, Scott Oshburn live here at Mill Creek at Jackson High School with the Everett Herald, the phenom writer, David Kruger. David, they're going to Palm Springs. Come on, isn't that a Herald Sports Department road trip?
Hey, I would love to. Feel free to email sports@heraldnet.com and explain why I should get to go to Palm Springs. I've tried, and they will not listen. Maybe they will listen to the readers and you guys and the viewers. So
yeah,
I'd love to go.
We're going to keep you here just as we tip off just for a second. Then we're going to get Ron Henthorn on here again along with the executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig. The only place you can watch exclusive live streaming of Jackson basketball right here on STSPN. Talk about a couple of these players, and one with the ball right now, Dan Kingma. Just a great article in the Herald about his commitment for a walk-on position at UW. Is Todd, the other guy already going to college, starts it off, Jason Todd. What do you think about Todd? You spent 60 hours watching him last year at the Tacoma Dome.
Oh, man, that was fun. And I don't know if you guys saw that state championship game where he got hurt, sprained his ankle severely. It was swollen to twice its size. He still came out in the second half and played tough. He was the Gatorade Player of the Year for Washington last year as a junior. I mean, that just says all you need to say, really. I mean, everyone decided he was the best player in the state, and I'm not going to argue with that description of him at all.
Edmonds Woodway, not Smar. Smar hits a 3. That one off the front rim for Kingma. Little jump step. He'll draw the foul. Again, Jason Smar, the 6'4 senior. Edmonds Woodway, not that pretty young team actually this year coming in. They've got some leadership with Bakken and Smar. Jackson, really, who do you see, David, in the state? I mean, talk is Garfield. Who else?
I mean, there's always the teams. I mean, Curtis, which won last year, is always up there. I mean, there's trying to think of the local 4A teams that might challenge him. Like, honestly, maybe give him a run. Woodway could challenge him again, but I don't know. I mean, I think Jackson's number 1 in a lot of preseason teams, and like the Tacoma Tribune, I think, had the number 1, and I mean, they're worthy of it. They were there last year. They lost 1 game, and it was a close game in the state championship. And I think Curtis lost quite a few people from that team last year, whereas Jackson returns almost their whole squad. So I think you have to make them one of the favorites.
Edmonds Woodway now with the ball. Again, you saw Trey Holland, 0, has the ball right now, a freshman. Coach Call really getting some confidence in the youngster. Brings it around, 6:35, just the start of the first quarter. Jackson up by 1, 4-3. A driving Tate Budnick, the senior, gets in for 2. And like we said, first game, maybe some jitters for Jackson, David. It's not just, lights out right away.
Yeah, I mean, and then they get a 3, so.
I don't know. I think they could.
I think they're gonna be fine. There's always those cobwebs that first game. You're excited to play somebody else as they turn the ball over here.
There is that freshman Trey Holland. Nice turnover there. Jackson's first of the night.
So there's some cobwebs as you can see that first game. They're excited to play somebody besides themselves.
But where does it stop? Wilgris for 3. These guys just are so smooth, so consistent. As Holland says, I don't care. I'm taking it to the rack. Todd back the other way. Wilgris now with a soft touch off the glass. Wilgris, 2 more, 5 on the early going for Wilgris.
This could be a really fun game to watch.
I'll give you a chance here with 5:24. You want to recall the game instead of 65-58? This could be 70 plus.
This could be. I'll stick with mine. I don't want to waver from that. But I think I'd be happy seeing some offense too. I've seen a couple defensive battles. It'd be fun to see just an offensive show.
Our first foul of the night on Marcus Blake. Just senior after senior after senior on this Jackson squad. It's just unbelievable.
You had to count quick. I think there's 10 of them. I think about 10 of the 13 people on the varsity roster are listed as seniors.
There's a 3 by big rebound, and that's one of the stars, Travis Bakken, the senior, averaging in 2 games 10.5. Great rebound and put back by Bakken, 12-9. Right back the other way, the dagger. Brian Zare, inside, outside.
What a fun game, huh? What a fun game.
Is there a better three-point shooting team in Wesco right now?
I don't know. I don't know how you stop them.
And here we go.
You don't, you just answer, I guess.
If I can, you can. Budnick there for 3. Off the mark. Blake just short, and there's big Bakken at 6'6" coming down. Get it to the youngster Trey. Boy, Trey looks young out there.
Yeah,
he's got a baby face even for a freshman.
He's already got 1 big drive for 2 points, and he's taken on Dan Kingma, the senior, just said walk on to UW, and he doesn't appear to have any hesitancy driving right at him.
15 on the shot clock with 4:10 left in the first quarter. Drive and dish, no good. Rebound back up. Bakken up for another great position. 4 points in early going for Travis Bakken. Rebounding will be a key if Bakken, the big kid, can get position. Kingma, Todd, get used to it. That is going to be deja vu every single night.
Yeah, you can't let Jason Todd wide open like that. I mean, there was no defender anywhere near him.
20 and 10, like he just gets up every morning. Holland trying some nifty work. Rebound by Zare underneath. Zare at 6'4", can move. Todd again. Off the rebound. Great hustle again by Zare and the putback. Brian Zare again, inside, outside. That's the problem. It's 6'4". Todd, they can go inside, outside. They got dribble skills.
But
everything.
You saw him make the 3, but he can drive and finish, in the post too. I mean, you can't really put a guard. I don't know if a guard can defend him. I don't know if a forward can defend him out.
Long 3 again by Budnick, no good. Blake back up the court. Kingma wants in the fun. He'll get it. And Coach Call wants a timeout. And it's heavy hitting, swinging hard, 23-14. Want to thank David Kruger coming on for our pregame. We'll let David get back to writing his story. Look for everything you can. His Twitter handle. You're all over the place. You're a celebrity, man.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if I'm Twitter celebrity yet. I'm working on it. We'll try. Maybe after basketball.
What's his Twitter?
What's your Twitter handle?
It's my name is @Kruger_David. And then we have @HailNetPreps. We're tripping events and scores from all the games all over the area tonight. If you're wondering about the Terrace-Meldale game, or Stanwood's taking on Union up north, we got Aaron Swinney at that game. So if you're wondering about any scores, hop on and check it out.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Love reading your stuff in the Everett Herald and also Herald.net. Thank you, David Kruger. And believe me, we'll talk to you afterwards. See, 65-58 was your prediction. Now we'll hand the mic to the Golden Tones here of Ron Henthorn. In football, he's the wedge. Holland coming out, 2:42 left to go in this first quarter. Errant pass. He was looking for Theo Lebesis, the junior, 6'4". And let me introduce our fans to Ron Henthorn, the wedge, baby. How you doing, Ron?
I'm good. Back in the ballgame. While you were talking, there was some shooting going on here, and there he is again. Look at that. Whoa.
Kingma with his second three.
These kids can shoot the lights out here, Scott.
Already with 8 is Kingma. Holly inside, picked off by Todd. Todd losing the handle, but there's his buddy Kingma. Racing up the court, gets the dish to Wilgris underneath and lays it in easy. Wilgris with 7 points already. It's the Wilgris-Kingma-Todd show so far. Zaire also getting in the action. Back door open, didn't see it. Big backing goes up, draws the foul. That's probably a good strategy, Ron. Get these guys in foul difficulty if possible.
If that's possible, that'd be a good strategy.
Head coach Steve Johnson for Jackson, been here so many times. Getting a lot of pressure as everybody's picking them to win.
Well, they're number 1 in the state, so way to go.
Bakken drains that one. Bakken no slouch again, 6'6", averaging 10.5 through 2. Tough early season here for the Warriors. Had to play Terrace right off the bat and dropped that one to Terrace, but still close. He misses the second. 64-56. Then Meadowdale, the surprise. We were just talking to Kruger about that. 62-54. Then they head to Jackson for their opener. Kingma drives and puts it up. He's going to miss, but he's going to draw the foul.
You know, I think I saw a sneak peek of what they're going to try there, because they were starting to manhandle that freshman a little bit.
I don't know, but Trey Holland doesn't look intimidated to me.
I think he's holding his own.
No, I mean, he's on the bench now, but he was...
No, yeah, I understand. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
They're going to try and frazzle. Antonio Sherrill, the senior, comes in for Edmonds Woodway. Misses that one. Probably a rare miss for Kingma. And it'll be Edmonds Woodway. 1:36 left in a very quick first quarter, Ron Henthorn.
Had a high-scoring first quarter, 28-15.
Bringing it down. Back over. Polavina, number 12, another critical player. And now Rice, the sophomore, had a great game against Meadowdale. Back out on top. We'll see. Nope, they're going to call 13 left on the shot clock, a minute 14 on the game clock. Possession stays with the Warriors.
Almost a turnover. I don't think Jackson's had a turnover yet unless you marked one.
They had one turnover. That's it so far. Again, Budnick drives in, tries to drive and dish. And Theo Lebesis, that's a couple times he hasn't been able to receive the incoming pass.
Hot to handle for Theo.
They go up top now. Jackson to Todd, goes down low. Another new player in. That's Blake Azuna, senior, 6'3". Great little look inside. Again, Todd, that's what makes them all dangerous.
These kids are getting open underneath, and they're 6'3". They're going to be able to drop those in real easy. Unless
No.
they get fouled like they did that time.
Yeah, no help on the backside. Blake, 6'3", senior. That one off the mark. Again, Jackson, if you're not familiar with them, they took it all the way to state. Talked a little earlier against Curtis. Lost that one 60-56 with kind of a half-healthy Jason Todd. His ankle blew up like a balloon. He makes the second one. Back down the other way. Rice tries to drive in, and they're going to call an offensive foul as Kingma takes the charge.
I think Edmonds is pressing a little hard here right now. They're down a few points, and they're pushing a little harder than they were earlier. They need to relax and just kind of take those shots when they're given to them instead of forcing it quite so much.
29-15, 46.5 left in the first quarter. Jackson stretching the lead. It was close in the beginning. Big launch off the mark, long rebound. Gets it into Rice.
Call that for a turnover, right? Oh,
goes up hard. Polovina at 6'5". He went to the rim.
He was trying to dunk that baby. He's a little bit too close.
First game of the season for the Jackson Timberwolves tonight at home or anytime. Good home crowd here as Dan Kingma leads it off. Ozuna now back out. Back on the court also a sophomore, Sam Schoffer, number 34. So some new players. Riley Waite, we saw him last year, 6'6", number 40, a junior. Hits it back out. Shot clock off. 2 seconds. Todd nails it. Jason Todd.
Todd's got, what, 2 threes? Have I got him down right?
Yep.
2 threes and a 2-pointer.
8 points for Jason Todd. That'll do it for first quarter action. You're watching Jackson basketball. Nowhere else but on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Well, Jason Todd is looking like he's definitely going to be a good ball player for Portland.
Yeah, he's going to Portland State. I always want to thank our great friends, the family member, A. Wesco Septic. Check it out. Any type of needs you have, the crew, it's the best in the business. A. Wesco Septic, awescoseptic.com. Scott Oshman, Ron Henthorn, our executive producer Todd Elvig, joining you live from Jackson High School. We're through one quarter. Jackson big lead, 32-15. Boy, it was a gunslinging brawl there in the beginning. It was three ball, tight, and then all of a sudden Jackson got hot, and Edmonds Woodway couldn't answer.
It was run and shoot all the way down the court, and I don't think anybody even called a timeout that first quarter, did they?
They did once, but
it was just going back and forth like crazy.
It was. Muscle Milk also brings you our exclusive coverage of Jackson basketball. Jackson in the home whites, Edmonds Woodway, the Warriors in their black travel unis. Trey Holland, 5'8" freshman, working on Blake, takes him to the lane and puts it in. Nifty move, 4 points for the freshman Holland. Blake.
He's going to score on it every time.
Marcus Blake, 14. He's going to walk with the basketball. Just took a couple steps right before he put it down. Second turnover on Jackson.
Can't turn over right in front of the ref like that.
Holland matched up against Blake. Now they've got Waite taking on Polovino. Polovino backdoor, tried to get it to Rice.
Rice was moving, but he stopped running right when the pass came, so luckily it got tipped a little bit.
Schoffer, the sophomore, number 34, will D up. Jordan Rice, 5'10", sophomore, again, had a nice game against Meadowdale. Long range three. Polovino pulling the trigger out far away.
That was almost a 4-pointer.
That was long range. 32-17. Little pressure. Talked to head coach of the Warriors, Steve Call, and said he's going to pressure him a little bit. Not going to go man double team Todd. Back out front is Jackson. Todd in deep. Backs Polovino down. Turns. Cross-court pass. Long range off the rim. Rebound Polovino. Nice defensive possession now for Edmonds Woodway. Polovino gets into Bakken. Bakken backs in for Bakken, but off the front. Blake looking to push. Todd. third three-pointer for Jason Todd. Boy, how long do you think his range is, Ron?
Boy, I'll tell you, he was a good 4 feet behind that 3-point line there.
Rice drives, stops, feeds and dish. Polavino, very nicely done. Good cut through the lane. First two for Polavina. Todd the other way. 35-19, 6:11 left in this first half.
Todd open in the corner.
Nice shot there by Ozuna. Wide left. 35-19. Edmonds Woodway again has hung tough with Jackson here last year, both times home and away. Lost both times, but very close. Get some pressure D now. Blake up on Holland. Polavina trying to flash up top. They go down low. Sherrill can't get it to go. Bakken with a big offensive rebound. Throws it up. It'll draw the foul.
Great board by Bakken.
Travis Bakken, 5 points so far. He was kind of the engine here in the first few minutes, opening minutes for Edmonds Woodway to keep him going.
He was. With the ball inside, making those inside layups. So he needs to be in there good every time.
You know, it seemed like they were hitting it from the outside a little bit earlier. Now all of a sudden they can't hit anything from the outside.
Well, Ron Henthorn, the human engineer, the human math machine, will get shooting percentages maybe here at the halftime mark.
Well, maybe not.
Misses the front. Opportunity does Bakken here as Dan Kingma sits in front of us and is getting ready to go in with 5:34 left. Bakken hits that one, 6 points for Travis. Brian Zaire, the 6'4 senior. He's a heck of a ball player. Didn't get a chance to talk to Steve Johnson before the game. I believe Zaire looking to play some college ball.
I think he's got a good chance to get the Reds going. Not Division I, at least somewhere bigger.
Zaire with the ball, gets it to Kingman, number 12. Zaire, I remember last year at the Glacier Peak at the Cave as Kingman drives in, and there is Zaire. What a pretty rebound and putback.
That's ball awareness by Zaire there, knowing what's going on.
He's got his back. He was right there at the cup to push it in. I was just mentioning on STSPN last year at Glacier Peak, Jackson came in. Brian Zaire greeted the home crowd with a flush. Actually, two of them. What a drive, what a dish!
Oh, nice pass.
Kingma so quick off the dribble.
The Warriors got their hands full tonight here, Scott.
Second foul on Bakken. Have to be concerned about his foul trouble. The big fella getting hit. Zaire puts that one down. 4:51 left here in the first half, live at Jackson High School. Zaire, boy, just textbook form as well, Ron.
He is. He's a nice-looking ball player. Moves well, shoots well.
Zaire, Todd, Kingma, Wilgris. Wilgris scrapping now. Holland ties it up. Possession arrow is going to go to Jackson.
Looks like Jackson head coach Steve Johnson's mixing up a few of his bench players in there. He's got Nick Kavorka in there right now, resting some of these kids a little bit early on here.
A big lead, 39-20, 4:30. Some new players in. Dankwa, Kelvin Dankwa, number 1 in for Jackson. There's Wilgris, gets it to Dankwa, right in the stripe, and they get him for 3 seconds. Kelvin shaking his head at himself. He knows better. 5'9" junior.
You see Jason giving him the business there on the way back.
That's all right. He's teaching him. It's all about an education. Holland, talk about education, getting one. Todd, tricky pass. Todd makes him pay, and he's pushed in the back. I don't know if the Smar was intentional. Jason.
I don't think it was.
Jason went up to the other Jason and said, hey, man, sorry about that. Jackson fans did not like that. Send Todd to the line.
I don't think Todd liked that, but nobody likes to get pushed when you're going up for a shot.
No, and he's been fortunate. First for Smar tonight. Again, he's critical if they're going to keep in this game. 1 3-ball for Smar so far in the first quarter. 6'4" senior. Number 25 in the black for Edmonds Woodway. Todd puts it through. Todd, just a machine. Inside, outside, breaks you down, posts you up.
Just a smooth shot. I'd be surprised if it doesn't go.
5-tool player, the Swiss Army knife, whatever you want to say. Guy does it all at 6'5". He's a good guard, and he'll probably play guard at the next level. Down low in. Nice bucket by Sherrill. Off balance, Antonio.
He was way off balance, but nice control of the ball.
Back out now for Jackson. With 3:39 left, 23 seconds. Zaire, turn and hits it. 8 points now for the senior Zaire. Boy, they flash to the lane, square up quickly. Holland wants the left. Not going to get it. Zaire with another bound.
Easy, easy.
Gets his buddy. Kelvin gets into the game. Nick. What do I have? Yeah, one. I'm sorry. Havorka, Nick Havorka, number 1 with the score. Apologies, I was incorrect originally when he was in the game. Shot no good there by Smar. Rebound Todd. Todd almost. Bakken rebound.
They're getting really loose now, just walking up and firing.
2:49, and was that Edmonds Woodway?
Woodway timeout.
Edmonds Woodway timeout.
Todd Weber signals to the bench. Full timeout for Woodway.
2:49 left here in the first half. Kathy Salvadolina, also family member early on STSPN. Give her, if you're in the Snohomish area and you need anything talking about real estate, Mill Creek, Snohomish, the entire kind of Everett North End, Kathy Salvadolina, KathySalvo.com. An absolute dynamo expert. She takes care of everything, Ron.
She does. She's got the houses, she's got the lots, and she'll take care of you.
Always want to thank our great sponsors here. 44 live streaming productions here by STSPN covering Jackson, Glacier Peak, Snohomish basketball, both girls and boys.
It's a whirlwind of basketball broadcasting, Scott.
It really is.
It would be 88 if you count the JV games, because we usually do those too. We just don't call them.
That's true. Very good point. That is noteworthy, Mr. Elvig.
Probably 86 if you didn't count right.
The hardest working crew here in the North End, Snohomish Times Sports Network. Smur! Jason Smur, he's only taken 3 shots tonight, all of them behind the arc, and he's 2 for 3 on my count. Havorka now over to Zaire on the far side, back out. Now I've got it's Schaffer getting some time with this big lead, 45-25. Jackson up big. Out top, 2 of the players, there's Kingma. Drives in the left, toilet bowl right through to the nylon. Kingma.
Give him a lane, he's going to go all the way in there. Cannot let him go by you.
10 points for Dan Kingma. Got to see is a foul on the floor. One of the first girls games we did was Jackson girls versus Bellarmine Prep. Phenomenal game. Jackson winning 70-64. Boy, his sister, Kelly Kingma, she is phenomenal as well.
She is. She could be out here playing with these kids right now.
Go in, that's off. Oh, it's going to say it goes Jackson. Boy, Theo having trouble handling the leather tonight.
Definitely turnovers hurting Edmonds here.
Cannot do it against these kind of players in this program. 1:50 left here in the first half. Now they go to a zone, Edmonds Woodway. Kingma for 3. Drainzo.
You can't look down at your scoreboard and you look up and somebody made a basket here.
Doesn't look like there's any cobwebs or anything rusty in Kingma, Todd, Wilgress, Zare, or any of the Timberwolves. Is Smur again going 1 for 1. His third 3-ball. 8 points for Smur. Back the other way. Bounces. Bakken with a big rebound. Looking for an outlet. Finally finds Budnick. And it gets it. And Nick Havorka in his grill. And he's going to send Smur
to the 4-point line
for the quad. Very good explanation there by our referee tonight. Smur.
Wow, just like that.
11 points, chance for one more. Oh, I thought they were going to take him to the stripe.
Oh, I thought they fouled him.
I thought that was a foul. It was a two-second foul on Nick Havorka.
I'm surprised at that.
That one's broken up by Kingman. It's going to stay Warrior basketball.
That was something. They gave him the ball back or something. I don't know how.
Not sure what happened there.
Well, it was a foul.
Foul after the shot.
So ball possession.
Budnick, he took a few steps and more, but Steve Johnson looking like I am saying, boy, there was a little carpet underneath. The magic carpet ride for Budnick.
I think he bought one there.
4 for Budnick. Zare thinks about it. Back up. In the lane. Dish. Inside 3. No good for Zare. Here comes Smur the other way. Spins. A nice lead and trailing Bakken with 8 points.
Good ball play for Bakken to come hard in there like that to play that trailer.
21 seconds left. They'll let it go down. Dan Kingman with the ball. Zare on the around the horn. Wilgress in. Jason Todd getting a breather here in the first half. Boy, Kingma blows by Smur. Smur looking up, can't find the Warrior. He jumps. Jump stop, no good, and he'll try to get it off, no good. Wilgress. And that's going to end the first half. Jackson coming out a pretty impressive first half, 50-35.
Very impressive first half. 15-point lead. Lots of 3 balls, lots of shooting, lots of running, and very little slowing down of the game. Tremendous exhibit by Jackson High School boys in that first half.
They are just consistent. They shoot the ball so well from all over the court. Again, Edmonds Woodway, they have gone through the gauntlet starting out with Terrace. Again, probably maybe not as strong as last year, but they're going to be very, very tough this year, especially the Wesco 3A South. But
definitely.
Meadowdale now, the surprise story there. So we'll try and get some scores on that game tonight. Meadowdale and Terrace. Snohomish Bakery, McDaniel's Do-It Center, all downtown Snohomish. Just get in there. It is good, local, great customer service, incredible quality. We want to thank Snohomish Bakery and McDaniel's Do-It Center. Tonight's exclusive broadcast of Jackson basketball also brought to you by Awesco Septic, awescoseptic.com. Check them out. Anything you need regarding a septic system, Awesco Septic, 24-hour service, 7 days a week. It's halftime here at Jackson High School. Jackson with a huge lead, 50-35, but don't go away. These two went down the wire twice last year. We'll be back a few minutes before the second half. You're watching Jackson basketball on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
All right.
I should know that. I just applied. And it is Budnick, not Budnick. Budnick. That's my bad. So, man, I got at halftime here. My goodness gracious.
Sid Olson, Kevin Holland, Carter Whitfield, Christian Liddell, Christopher Sullivan, Cameron Hoff, and Jared Mack. And then for our 8th graders, these are the kids you'll see next year in the uniform playing on the freshman team.
We got 13 for Big Man and Todd.
345 before these games, and it's free.
Yeah.
The 8th graders, Jake
Levis is
Litchfield,
there.
Arthur Raymond, Shannon Hendrickson,
Yep.
Paul Downey, Andrew Kim, Desmond Liddell, Perry White, Cole Fortright, Nathan
We got
Hughes,
7 for Wilgers.
Keelan Gwynn, Anthony Thompson, and Kevin Lee. These kids work hard. They practice 3 nights a week. They play games on Saturday, and their goal is to be out here on Tuesdays and Friday nights like their varsity big brothers. So I appreciate if you give these guys the next generation a big round of applause.
I got 3 for Roberto and 1 for Zumba.
Oh, yeah. I got 2 for Wilgers. I missed a free throw. I think I put him, I said him wrong, too. I was really doing well here. I called him some other name. I called him Edmonds Woodway. That was really smart of me. It was all screwed up because they have a 1 and they have a 1. So 3.
I thought it was a 3.
And you know what? I did somebody a big disservice. This is Max Green, and he's our coaching director. This is the first year we've actually had someone in that role who's working very close with the varsity, trying to get those fundamentals and techniques and practice schedules, everything filtered down. It is a fairly poorly paid job, so I thank him a lot for that.
Nice job. Nice job. Boy, it looks like varsity is going to be a different kind of a track. Jackson's already off to 65 points.
Man, they look tight, don't they?
Precision. Well, they're waiting, like they won the ball, they're waiting, they won the ball. They're just doing things like they just know that they're going to win. Yeah. They know that they're the best. But it's not. I don't know. It's calm confidence. It doesn't strike me as a. They're not frantic, right? No. What's the score right now at Terrace? It's at 14-13 after 1. Do you have something any more recent? Yeah, that's fine. It's 50-35, Willits.
Is Willis doing it? Are they doing the game?
No, they're not. They're doing, tomorrow they do, playing at Highline Community College. They're doing 2 games tomorrow. You're doing tomorrow?
Yeah, what are we doing, Ron?
Not we, you're doing a Saturday morning, right?
I'm doing it by myself?
You're doing Auburn.
Oh, no.
I don't have anything for you
here.
for the 14th.
No, I don't have anything else.
Oh, I don't have any Saturday?
No.
I got Saturday off?
Next Saturday you got to get.
Damn,
You're
look at that.
You're doing next Saturday with Auburn Mountain View, not this Saturday. We're good. You got Keith doing the boys game on Tuesday. These guys doing the Snohomish game, and we'll be back on Friday for the girls game. And Scott, you're going to do the Friday morning game,
I
right?
don't know if we're going to do it.
So Auburn, the Jackson Auburn.
I mean, I haven't broached that. I haven't even gotten there yet. I see a 25-24 at halftime. 25-24 at halftime. What
about GP?
GP? Thought,
I tell you what, though.
oh, GP's got a game down in Vancouver, right? GP's down in Vancouver, right?
Yeah, they're down in Mountain View.
GP's down in Mountain View.
Which, did you go down for that football game? I can't remember. Did you cover the Mountain Lake, or the Edmonds, Meadowdale? No, the one down in Mountain View. Oh, that was, oh yeah. It's a long way. Yeah, like he lives in West Seattle.
be 30 minutes less than ever. It's a 3-hour ride down there.
Who are the girls playing tonight? The GP girls? Are they? No, they're not playing tonight.
I'm going to do the intro again into the...
Yeah. Anything else other than kids' names and teams? Anything else that's screwed up? Nobody knows that except you and me, probably. Well, people watch that. Somebody hit that shot. It's good. It's absolutely. I like it.
February 25th, 4 o'clock p.m. in Bellevue Community College. That's a Saturday afternoon playing the Lakeside Girls. Look for a tough game for that one, John. I hope
They were in the same position that the GP boys were in, behind the entire game, but they're not able to pull it out in the end.
It's just about to start the second half. We're live at Jackson High School, Mill Creek, Washington. Scott Oshman along with Ron Henthorn, executive producer Todd Elvig. And want to mention, forgot in the first half, on the big camera tonight, Josh Elvig, 5'9", the senior.
Holding up the big camera.
Big Josh running the camera tonight, doing a great job. Ron, as time clicks down here to second half, Edmonds Woodway down 50-35. Quick score before I ask you. Mount Lake Terrace holding on to 1-point lead, 25-24 over Meadowdale right now at half.
That's got to be another barn burner over there.
Jackson it's their precision. I mean, it is like a military, clockwork.
It is. Very, very calm team, very controlled team. You know where I'd like to have been the last 5 minutes is in the Edmonds Woodway locker room. I would like to see if they got any strategy at all in there that can come out and tackle this.
Well, they tried a zone. I couldn't look like kind of a 3-2, almost a 3-2, trying to get up top zone. Steve Call before the game was telling me, they everybody on the floor, whether you're 6'5", 5'11", anybody can pass so well. They see the court. They understand the lane so well. If you try and go weak side, they slide, they adjust. It's very difficult to match up, obviously, and you see that 50-35, and then you can't really try and make a bet on inside or outside because they go either way.
And they're picking up the double team real quick inside, so it's working good for them. And they're probably going to start to go inside the Bakken again and maybe stay outside with Jason Smart. He's hot from outside, so that's where their scoring is coming from. So.
Trey Holland, the freshman, with the ball right now for Edmonds Woodway in the black. Jerseys visiting, tries to go in, double teams. He gets in between Kingma and Todd, and Kingma helps the freshman up.
He had Bakken open a couple times, but couldn't get it to him.
Swarming defense. Into all the Edmonds Woodway. I want to thank Teresa Whipple out there, letting me know Smar. And also it is Budnick, and I apologize to the Warrior faithful out there. Just the start of the second half. Smar, speak of the devil, he hit some big threes in the first half to keep him hanging. Great look inside and a finish by Travis Bakken. 10 points for Bakken. Kingma with 13 in the first. Todd with 13 in the first. Kingma drives, skip pass down low. Todd spins. Zaire. So strong. 13 now for Brian Zaire. Smar on top. Wilgris. Czar picks his pocket but steps out of bounds. And they'll give possession back to Edmonds Woodway.
Todd Weber got his eyes right on that foot going on the black line there.
Smar gets it in now to Rice. Rice scoreless in the first half. They switch. Zaire pulls up on him. Back around the horn to Smar. Wilgris takes him baseline. They're going to call Wilgris And second personal on Connor Wilgris. Again, another fantastic 6'5" senior for Jackson. Loaded, wouldn't even be telling the story right. Smar inside to Bakken, tried to come back door. Bakken can't get it to go. Whoop again. Misses, bounce out, a tip by Smar.
Oh,
to Budnick.
No.
And they catch his toes right on the line.
Well, he came in from out of bounds before he caught the ball, and he didn't get his feet down quick enough.
Heads up play, though, by Jason Smar to tip it to Budnick. Here comes Jackson. Zaire double team. Back out Wilgris. Kingma, they're sliding now in the zone. They kind of ended that first half short for
nice.
Kingma, but his buddy Jason Todd there for the cleanup.
And again, Jason Todd in there expecting to get a rebound, not expecting it to go in. You always got to be inside there.
The definition of crashing the boards. A little right hook by Bakken. Look at him. I like the footwork on the big fella.
Nice spin move to go to the basket. Just got grabbed on the way through. It's three quick fouls for Jackson tonight.
Yeah, that's third on Wilgris. Again, still up 54-37, 6 minutes in the third quarter. Out to Rice. Kind of a one-handed pass. Bakken does a great move, gets his own rebound and puts it back again. The old-fashioned stat stuffer, Ron.
Yep, Bakken's tough in there. He can be on my team any day.
He is a beast.
I don't want to guard him, though.
Marcus Blake out in the wing. Jump stop. Back out to Blake. Three ball.
Nice.
Got it.
Ball.
There's a call, though, underneath the basket. And they're going to call Bakken for the foul, it looks like, Ron. We have the official coming.
Yes, it's good.
And that's the third on Bakken. But nonetheless, Marcus Blake hits. That was a three, wasn't it, Ron?
It was a three, and the basket's good, yeah.
So Marcus Blake, another senior, coming in now. 2 3-pointers for Marcus. Zaire with the inbound. Fresh shot clock. Back out to Blake. 5:33 alley-oop! Can't quite get there!
That was a pretty event.
Todd with a smile. Rice the other way for three. No good. Rare. Run. Gun. Can't quite find the handle. Good job by Budnick.
Little turnover there for Jackson. Nice try, though. Fast break, run and gun.
Smar. Little scoop. Nice with the left, and Steve Carr wants a 30 seconds. 57-41. Jason Smar starting to heat up. 13 points for Smar. Smar averages 14.5 through the first 2 games. You're watching Jackson basketball on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Scott Oshman along with Ron Henthorn here live from Mill Creek Jackson High School.
A lot of action here in this period. Jackson's only picked up 1 point from what they had at halftime here, so they gained 1 point on their lead at this juncture.
Again, Jackson coming in. They're hungry. They want to get back to the T-Dome. Our exclusive broadcast of Jackson boys basketball tonight brought to you by Kathy Salvadolina, kathysalvo.com. Windermere Realtor, anything you need realty-wise in the Snohomish, Mill Creek, South Everett area. Don't even think about going anywhere else. Ron, kathysalvo.com. And talk to Kathy Salvadolina. 57-41, 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. I don't know, did you like that timeout, Ron, by Carr? They were kind of getting back into it. Nice pick and roll. There, another turnover by Jackson.
Not sure what he did at the timeout, but he did have a reason to change something up.
Bakken pulling way out front. Budnick double team now.
Going to play Bakken high to pick and roll and get him underneath open.
Back out to Lebesis now to Smar. Sets a pick for Smar and Wilgers. Wilgers still in the ball game with 3 fouls. Smar driving right. Nobody there. Theo. Block by Zaire. Now it's a baseball pass at the 10. Touchdown, Jackson! Jason Todd at the other end for a long delivery.
And back again.
And good job getting back. That's Theo with a nice job. First 2 for Theo Lebesis. Todd, now he wants it from 3 ball. No good.
Run and gun. Long ball throw.
Smar. Lebesis. Another one. Budnick heard the shot clock buzzer, but they had retained possession already. Rice comes up with it. Budnick, quick pass inside to Lebesis, and he puts it off the square. Theo Lebesis now 2 quick ones, 4 points for the senior.
Easy layups underneath for him. Feed him the ball.
59-45, 3:23 left in the third. Back out front, Wilgris. Again, 3 fouls, but they're very deep. Kingman now gets inside quicker than anybody.
Did you see that? Wow.
In a blink of an eye, Dan Kingman at 5'10", just squirts into the lane and right to the lid quickly.
And you see the elevation on that shot? At 5'10", he had his fingers on the top of that rim.
He's got some hop. I think he can. I want to. Let's see. Do you think we're going to get a dunk tonight?
We almost got one.
They tried.
We almost got one.
Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by our friends downtown Snohomish, Fred's Rivertown Ale House. Check out Fred's, one of the best establishments in downtown Snohomish.
They're supposed to be live right now, so hello everybody down there at Fred's.
Hello at Fred. That's where I'd like to be, Scott.
I tell you, one of the most unbelievable selections of all kinds of different beverages, whether it's beer, whether it's any type of scotches, whiskeys, everything. And the food is fantastic. Again, you always hear me rave about my favorite, the Asian nachos, but we were there, Ron, during football season. We sampled quite a few. We had pizza. What else do we have?
We had my favorite Blackview Porter, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We had poor Tim Boyle, the expert football analyst. He was freaking out. He's a Coors Light guy. He doesn't gets a little unnerving sometimes at those microbrews, but we love you, Tim.
Yeah.
Trey Holland, the freshman, getting some meaningful minutes as he starts this coming out of the Steve Johnson timeout. Back out front now, Theo. Backdoor to Budnick. Yes!
Nice play by Budnick.
So, nice play there. Teamwork, again, sticking with that 3-2 zone. Out front, you got to watch these shooters. Kingma, tough pass, and it's broken up. Smar. Flushes it down! The first dunk of 2013 will be from Edmonds Woodway, and Smar is fired up.
You just talk about it, and it happens right in your face.
Long range missile, front end, no good.
They got numbers, 2-on-1.
Budnick
That's gonna
goes in, no call as Kingma tried to draw the charge.
I think he did get a charge, but they let it go.
Now the lead only 10. This is what we call an official run by Edmonds Woodway. Kingma now going to drive baseline, reaches up, draws the foul on Theo. And it's Lebesis, I'm told now. Again, thank you, Teresa Whipple, my pronunciation coach out there over the interwebs.
I keep you in track here, Scott.
I even asked Coach about that. He must have said it quickly. Kingma, a little short on that one. 61-51, kind of a big shift here in these latter moments of the third quarter.
And we see Riley Waite, 6'6", Jackson coming into the game here.
Kingma pushes that one through to add to his point total tonight. Budnick now gets a screen from Theo. Back over. Sherrill had some good moments in the latter closing minutes of the first. Turnover, though, Edmonds Woodway. Tough to do against Jackson. Kingma. Back out. Ozuno, 35 in the white. Ball in the corner now for Azuno. 19 seconds on the shot clock. And we're getting a timeout, official timeout. And he calls the ball out on the side. Not sure what happened there, Ronnie.
I couldn't. Not sure what he said.
Inadvertent whistle.
Oh, okay. Heard that from the PA announcer.
Schaffer out there. Some new players for Jackson. Long range, high arcing off the front rim. Good rebound by Azuno. And there's Waite for another offensive bound off the glass.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on Theo. Theo
Lebesis is what the PA.
Is that what you said?
I'm not sure. Now I'm questioning. Deep corner. Waite gets it into Todd. Triple team for Todd.
Oh.
They call a kick, and it's going to stay Jackson ball. It's now Brady Edwards in for Edmonds Woodway, the sophomore, in for the first time tonight. 56.5 left on the third quarter here at Jackson High School. Out front, Azuno. Senior now, Kingma, left, stops, drops, short. Sudden Kingma falling a little short on his shot.
Dribble. And the coach knows it too.
Holland goes deep to the big fella. He's going to back Todd down, spins, puts it up just off the front rim.
He did back him down hard. I'm surprised.
He's probably got, what, 60 pounds on him?
Oh, probably.
Call now on the other side of the court. And that's going to get Polovina. First foul tonight for the junior. 6'5". Polovina. Some substitution now on Jackson. Todd inbounds now to Blake. Blake will put it out to Kingma. 20 seconds, no shot clock needed. That 3-2 zone seemed to be a good move for Coach Call.
It has. It's kind of slowed the shooting percentage down quite a bit for Jackson. They haven't been able to make those shots out there. So.
Kingma drives, spinning in, and the deuce, and he's looking for a foul.
Do you believe that?
With no time left, Dan Kingma, talk about breaking it down.
That's like threading a needle to fly through those three guys like that.
That is cracking the ice right through the wickets. How you doing? Spencer Pettit, number 12, coming over here, walking by the booth, the legendary kicker from Glacier Peak Grizzlies.
Soon to be more legendary next year, I think.
He's
52-yarder this year, was it?
52, 53.
Yeah.
He teased us early.
He did.
In the warm weather treat. A great kid, also honors student at Glacier Peak. I know he's talking to Washington State. Husky fans want him to talk about the purple. Maybe new head coach, Coach Pete.
Coach Pete might get after him, you think? Oh, we never know. He's got another couple of years to play here and kick some good balls. So 13 points difference in this game, Scott. 2 points less than at halftime. So a little bit of movement here for Edmonds Woodway. And that 3-2 zone is working out for him a little bit here.
Dave Kruger on the pregame from the Everett Herald predicting 65-58. I don't know, David.
I think he might have a good differential, but I think the numbers are low. 65's coming up here real quick.
Jackson next Wednesday going to face Cascade. Then they head down the 26th to the 30th to the Max Preps Palm Springs tournament. A very prestigious tournament for Jackson.
There's about 100 basketball teams go down to that tournament, aren't there? All over the country?
All over the country. The best high school teams in the country going to go down to get some sunshine. Swinging it around, Kingma. Todd for three.
In and out.
In and out. Rebound. Scrapping on the ground is Sherrill in between them. See who the sheriff comes over and lets us know. That is going to be on Polovina. Ebro, 2 quick ones here in the second half. 64-51, 7:25 left in this ball game.
Connor Wilgress in for the Jackson Timberwolves.
Fresh shot clock here. Todd takes steps down the baseline, up and under. Jason Todd just so tough. 19 points on my sheet for Jason Todd.
I don't think I have room to score him much more.
Cheryl looked like he took steps, finally gets it to Bakken for the easy. 14 for Bakken.
Bakken's a warrior under there tonight.
Wilgress now trying to get Todd. Todd matched up against Cheryl. Finds Wilgress, driving the lane, can't finish. On the ground is Smar. Say it's going to be off Wilgress's hands. It's going to go to the Warriors. 6:40 left here in the fourth quarter in this one. 66-53. Last year at home, they squeaked it out against these Warriors, 53-50. And at Edmonds Woodway's house, a tight one as well, 52-48.
It's kind of hard to say how will happen here because the 3-ball makes a big difference in this game. So there's almost a dunk.
Smar with authority.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out to Joy and Jocelyn Smar in Tempe, Arizona. In the desert, Tempe, where I went to school, Arizona State. John McClain also on the STSPN expert play-by-play and
from Arizona State.
Color columnist there, Johnny McClain. He's out recreating, right, to this on the east side?
He's out shooting bow and arrows at deer.
Johnny, a avid hunter. Wilgress up top now to Todd. Todd, a tough running right-hander with the sophomore Edwards in his grill. And he'll send himself to the free throw line. First foul on the sophomore Edwards. Jason Todd heading down to Portland, University of Portland.
Nice shot.
Todd, high percentage. He averaged 20-plus points per game, 10-plus rebounds last year. And that'll do 21 points for Jason Todd. Stay tuned for our Pinky's Plumbing player of the game afterwards. Try and get a interview. Budnick now up top. Tips at Cheryl. They double team him. And they're going to get...
I think they're going to get Zaire.
Brian Zaire. Yep. On the arm. First one tonight. Jason Todd and Kingma understandably get a lot of the headlines. I tell you what, Brian Zaire is a tremendous basketball player. Todd, 1-on-4. It don't matter. He just lips out. Budnick, no, they keep the pressure on. Todd will leave him alone. Back over to Edwards. Edwards now matched up with Kingma.
Those are the layups you wake up dreaming about at night.
And Cheryl looks to the bench, wondering why, but I think he did stutter before the ball hit the deck again.
He did. Going to give him a chance to sit down here, I think, too.
Big crowd on hand here. This is the season opener for the Timberwolves. Much anticipated 2013-14 season. Made it all the way to the Dome against Curtis.
25-1 last year.
Lost that one with a heartbreaker. As Marcus Blake, again, it's just so much experience here. Zaire, you're seeing it right there. They double team in the corner to Blake. Blake pitches it out to Wilgress. 13 on the shot clock. High post back out to Todd. Hashtag dagger. 71-55, Jason Todd. Again, can't quite get it. Mad at himself.
He wanted that extra 2 points there on his score sheet.
4 3-pointers tonight for Jason Todd.
For
with 10 from the deuce. So, I tell you what.
I might have him for 4.
23 right now for me.
Was that the last one a three-pointer?
Yes, it was. It was 3-ball corner pocket.
I might have him for 2.
Want to thank WescoAthletics.com, always presenting here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network, WescoAthletics.com. Check it out. You need rosters, schedules, any sport, boys, girls, upcoming schedules, WescoAthletics.com. Jason Todd doing what he does. Money.
The only way I think Woodway is going to get back in this game is if he hits some 3 points from the outside. They're not going to have enough time to get those inside shots 2 at a time here.
Problem is they've got to double the possessions now, so they've got to get some turnovers, stuff to do. Jason, uncharacteristic, miss it, but who's there? Wilgress to reset the clock. So much for getting a possession for Woodway.
I think Woodway didn't think he was going to miss it.
Kingma splits the zone double into the paint. No good, and they scrap for it.
Going to get called.
And that's a tee on Kingma.
I think it was a foul on Kingma, too, for pushing out of bounds. So,
going against Trey Holland. Again, we talk about him, the great freshman, head coach for Woodway. Steve Call really liking this youngster. And that is a first personal, but they'll also get a technical. Smart to the line.
So Jolly Washington calls him for the push out of bounds for 2 and turn around Todd Weber gives him for the technical.
Now the Kingma, I tell you, they are competitors. They get fired up. His older brother was great at the smack, baby. They love the smack, the swagger.
Well, unfortunately, he didn't turn those into points. Got down there and just rimmed them off.
Can't quite take advantage of it.
Need every point they got coming to them, and the free ones are the ones that make the difference.
Trey wearing the number 0 up top. 4:18 left to go in this ball game. Swinging around. Now Jackson in a little bit of a zone. Off the mark there, but there's Smar from about 10 out. Can't get it to go. Theo trying to get a offensive rebound. It'll stay Warrior basketball. And Budnick going to check back in, and he will relieve Jordan Rice. New shot clock, 4:09 left. They're going to call. Are they going to call Big Bakken?
I think they're going to call Theo.
Back. That's his 4th. Travis Bakken with a great game tonight, 14 points.
4 minutes left to go in the game. They're just going to have to leave him in there. They need him.
A bucket full of rebounds for Bakken. 4:01 left to go in this game. Now Blake. Kingma from behind the arc. Triple play. Dan Kingma was a little short there for a while. Re-energized. And Dan Kingma with his 4th 3-ball tonight.
Timeout, Woodway.
20 points for Dan Kingma. He had 13 in the first.
Well, you're looking for play of the game down here. I think you're looking at Kingma and Todd fighting it out right now as far as scoring is concerned. As far as playing is concerned, Todd's been all over the place.
Jason Todd was our STSPN player of the game last year when they came to the Cave in Glacier Peak. A familiar face for player of the game for many media outlets. Gatorade National Player of the Year, or the State Player of the Year, in the state of Washington. 75-55 again, 44 live broadcasts. We've already gone through quite a few. Our next STSPN broadcast, you can catch us on YouTube as well at Snohomish Times, is next Tuesday night. It will be Glacier Peak Shorecrest boys at Glacier Peak, 7:15 tip. December 17th, next Tuesday night, is our next broadcast on STSPN.com.
Well, all these players out here tonight, I'm really impressed with Trey Holland, the freshman for Edmonds Woodway. He's not panicking, he's controlling, and he's playing as solid as any other player out there.
Yeah, I watched him a little bit tape earlier today on the Sound Live Sports Network against Meadowdale. Had a shaky kind of first half as he was getting in, but really found his legs and his rhythm. You see Trey now drives and the pass off to Budnick. Back rim. Kingman there to pick the pocket of Bakken. Kingman flying up the floor, finally shut him down around the stripe. He'll head back out.
No reason to be in a hurry for Jackson right now. Just work the easy shots inside.
Zaire. Turn around. Bullet.
2 more for Zaire.
Zaire, 15 points, 1 3-pointer tonight. Smar from 3, nice rotation, front rim, Zaire. Kingma, got numbers, goes to the middle.
Inside
hands it off to Todd, back out there to Blake, no good. And they're gonna get a hold on Jackson. 2:46 left in this game, pretty much in control. 77-55. And Connor's
got 4. If I were the Jackson coach, I'd take him out. 2:46 left to go in this game. There's no reason to let him get in there and foul out.
Absolutely. Smart gets the front end. In the bonus now is both teams. Smar with a great night, 18 points on my sheet for Smar. Budnick checks out for Edmonds Woodway. Edmonds Woodway, they face Linwood next Tuesday night. They had a heck of a beginning to their season, hitting Terrace, Meadowdale, and now Jackson.
It's a tough way to start a game, season, 3 losses.
Cross-court passing clinic. Todd wants more, can't get it. Front rim Bakken. Outlet now to Rice. 2:21 left in the game. Smart drives, tries to go under. Pretty puts a little pepper, a little salt, a little sauce to get that one to go down.
That was a nice move by Jason.
Smart. Kingma fakes, goes up right, and he hits the floor hard. Pops right up. He'll go to the line.
I'm not surprised that actually didn't go in because he got it lofted up there pretty good.
We're going to do a interview with Jason, hopefully after the game.
Jason Todd, officially we're calling it our Pinky's Plumbing player of the game tonight. Pinky's Plumbing, check it out, pinkysplumbing.com. Always good to have Pinkies along for the ride here at STSPN.com, the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
You got a shirt or just player of the game?
Thanks for putting that out over the air there, Ron, because we do not have a shirt.
No shirts here. It's nice and toasty. Good to be inside here. As Dan Kingma heads to the line earlier, he's going to head down the road to Montlake and the University of Washington, a walk-on position by Lorenzo Romar's team, and join his older sister.
I think he's got a good shot at making that team. He's a walk-on.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count him out. There's no doubt. He will be with his...
And he wants to go to the UW, so
yep.
He could probably get a full ride in quite a few other schools, I think.
Kelly Kingma, she's already committed to University of Washington, the senior on the girls. Jackson, again, Jackson, both boys and girls, should be heading south to the big dome down there off I-5. Rice trying to drive, steps under with a nice move. First point tonight by Jordan Rice.
Little underhand layup there in the basket.
Got the big trees to stay where they were. A nice recognition of the ducking under. 127, Jim Quiet now. Marcus Blake drives in. He's flying to his left.
And now we see the Jackson bench coming off to get the garbage time, as they call it.
1:25 left to go in this one. Our player of the game, Jason Todd. That's going to go on Jordan Rice. And Marcus Blake, the 6-foot senior, steps to the line, misses the front end of those.
4 new players in the game for Jackson here.
Big round of applause for their people are going to carry them all the way. Wilgris, Todd, Kingma, and Zaire.
It's quite a front line.
We knew last year, you look down and you see these guys play, and it's like junior, junior, junior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And now we're looking at senior, senior, senior,
I know.
senior. This is going to be tough to replace next year, but
Blake hits the last one. Nice little feed down low to Rice. You can't get it to fall. Blake the other way. 1:10 left to go in this one.
this might be your next year's team you're looking at out here now.
That's Dylan Mitchell, number 30, out on the court for Jackson. Inbound pass. Waite comes out. That's up top, Blake. And there is Mitchell. Can't get it. Crowd wanted it. Here's Kelvin for Meadow, Edmonds Woodway. Warrior fans, I mistaken in the first half for him. Another foul, 39.9 seconds left, 78-59. Stay tuned for our Pinky's Plumbing post-game show. Our player of the game tonight is Jason Todd as Blake retires and Sam Schoffer, the sophomore, sits down. And Kavorka comes back in.
You get your token 30 seconds of varsity basketball here, so.
See if we can get any score of that Mount Lake Terrace Meadowdale game.
That'd be good to know.
As
Polavina
big
taking his second shot here.
Libro Polavina steps up.
Oh,
Good looking basketball player.
somebody fouled there. I'm not sure if it's going to be Polavina or Edwards.
6'5". A lot of height out here tonight, Ron. No small ball.
No small ball, no. I mean, Jackson's got 6'6", 6'5", 6'5", 6'5", 6'4", 6'4", just like that. All in, they're up there, you know.
That's a big time basketball team in high school, right at the front line like that.
And
Terrace comes alive in the third from Aaron Lammers here at the Herald. Builds a 45-32 lead over Meadowdale heading into the final quarter, thanks to David Kruger handing me his phone right there for the update.
that'll be kind of what I would consider upset for Terrace to beat.
I don't know. I mean, again, I think Meadowdale's good, and a great job there for Frank Rossi, the junior, to get in the game and hit those. 79-60 now. Long range by Rice off to the bleachers. That one goes with 28.6. As we stagger down the final seconds here at Jackson High School.
I think we're going to just run this one out. Should be just stand here. Maybe they'll get a shot off. Maybe they won't.
Rossi,
They
Mitchell,
don't need to.
Waite. There's Isaiah Patrick, number 42, getting in some time. And they'll swing it around with 12 seconds. Stay tuned again. Post-game interview. Get Jason Todd. They're going to they
All right,
call.
I'm going to try and get Dan Kingma over here, too.
Love to get Todd and Kingma.
Want to get them both?
We'll try and get them both.
Is that greedy?
That could be a little greedy, but those two have known each other growing up. Rice going in 4 seconds. That'll do it. They hit the buzzer. 79-60 is our final here from Jackson High School. The Timberwolves on their first game of this 13-14 season. I tell you what, I don't see anybody getting in their way on their journey down to Tacoma this year. Jackson Timberwolves could be, if not the best, one of the best 4A teams in the state of Washington, and they beat their foe, Edmonds Woodway. The Warriors go down, handshaking, good stuff to see there. As we get them over, we'll try and get Todd and Kingma. Stay with us.
Down there by the... Where you on? Yeah, seconds. We have to get back of the camera a little bit. No! Oh, yeah, go get Kima. He's going to come over and talk to you in a minute.
Sorry about that. I was just trying to add up your points. It takes me a while. Yeah, you have to slide 24. A win's a win's a win. All right, we're live here. Jason Todd heading down to Portland, but first, how excited, first of all, coming into tonight, your 2013-14, last year you took it all down the wire, you had an injury late. Talk about reliving that and how the excitement coming into the season tonight.
Yeah, everybody was excited. Dan was, everybody was. We had 2 extra weeks of practice, a lot of time to prepare, and, we were fired up and ready to go.
How'd you think coming out? We talked about, as Dan sitting right here, we thought, first game tonight, the Warriors, they already have 2 in the books, so there'd be a little rusty. All of a sudden, it was like fireworks.
Yeah, we got out to a hot start. Dan shot really well. Other guys shot well. Brian did. Marcus did. Everybody came out firing. But, we got things to prove upon, too. 60 points is not good enough for us, and we got to correct some things.
I'll switch again. Dan Kimmin, congratulations on the news heading down to University of Washington. Got to see your sister play the other night, probably the girls Jackson team. You guys already scrimmaged, by the way? Any bets there for both Jackson boys against girls?
I think we'll win.
Oh, you heard it! Little smack right here.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Well, back to this season, Dan. Let me ask you, how do you guys prepare? I mean, you have a target on your back. Yes, last year in the Wesco you did, but how do you come into this season, the preeminent, all the seniors you have, how do you guys mentally prepare every single night for people coming at you?
We know everybody's going to give us our best shot, their best shot, so we're just looking at one game at a time, getting ready for each team. We're not looking ahead to anything else, so I think we do a pretty good job of just focusing on the game ahead.
Nice to see you got a nice flurry of some juniors and sophomores in there tonight. Looking for them to play big this year?
Yeah, definitely. We are senior heavy, but we also have young guys that can come in and play as well. And, anytime they get to play is a bonus for us.
Awesome. Well, they win tonight. It could be a first of many this season on their home court. The crowd was happy again. Dan Kingma, Jason Todd, our players of the game for Pinky's Plumbing here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll be back with more Jackson basketball, girls and boys, so stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Congratulations. And good luck the rest of the way. That's going to do it for everybody here. The Scott Oshman, Ron Henthorne, our executive producer Todd Elvig, and on the camera, Josh Elvig, live from Jackson. Jackson wins big. What is it, 79-60? 79-60 over Edmonds Woodway. Thanks. Good night, everybody.